All right, now some agric stakeholders are urging government to invest in agroecology. Agroecology is the use of environmentally sustainable practices in food production. Speaking at a national policy dialogue on agroecology, National President of the Peasant Farmers Association, Wepia Awal Adugwala, emphasized that agroecology is among many alternatives to improve agriculture.
The Directorate of Crop Services at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, through the ECOWAS Agroecology Program, in collaboration with the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development and the Peasant Farmers Association, organized a national policy dialogue on agroecology. National President of the Peasant Farmers Association, Wepia Awal Adugwala, urged government to implement proceedings from the dialogue.
This time is very important because the cost of chemical inputs is very expensive. It started from 2021. We saw the Russia-Ukraine war came. There was a disruption in the supply line. Fertilizers were not coming. The fuels that were in the market were very expensive. And most of our farmers could not afford. And the implication was that most of the farmers who couldn't afford these chemical inputs that are being imported into the country have to reduce their farm size. And once their farm size were reduced, it also led to, of course, production is going to reduce, supply in the market will reduce. And it's not surprising last year with the inflation, the general inflation we're seeing in the country, a greater component of it was driven by food inflation because most of our farmers could not afford the inputs that were coming into the country. But we can tap into the indigenous knowledge of our forefathers to be able to engage in sustainable farming at a lower cost. And that is why promoting agroecology at this time is very, very important to our people.
National correspondent of ECOWAS Agroecology Program, Kingsley Ajiman, indicated that his outfit aims to implement initiatives targeted at addressing climate change, hence investing in agroecology.
One of the outputs of this ECOWAS Agroecology Program, which is a framework on agroecology, that is, ECOWAS expects all member countries to develop, to come together, to constitute what we call National Consultation Framework. That is, all the institutions, all the organizations that are championing agroecology in Ghana should come together under this one umbrella to champion agroecology issues in Ghana.
Other donor partners are the European Union, German Corporation. Maggie Nice is program manager of the 11th Hour project.
It is, at the same time a science and a set of production practices, but it is a social movement, and it's really focusing on how farmers who are at the center of producing food, whose knowledge is the basis on which agroecology is built. It involves traditional practices that people have been using for a long time, leguminous crops, using mulching, cover cropping, planting plants that are pollinators to pests, all these different practices, traditional knowledge. It shows that farmers really need to be at the center of transition and biodiversity and in nurturing the soils, which can then draw carbon out of the atmosphere into the soil. Because they are playing this vital role, as a global community, we really need to value the work that farmers are doing and the knowledge that they hold, and how are we adequately compensating for that.
Agroecology brings solutions to multiple sustainable development goals like zero hunger, food security, and climate change.